Welcome back to Convos on Campus, where we dive into the minds of the most brilliant people in KAUST. Today we have a special guest who can make sense of chaos with numbers, turn data into stories, and probably calculate the odds of me messing up this introduction.
That's true.
So she's a statistics expert. She comes all the way from the beautiful and vast land of Kazakhstan,
That's right.
which is the 9th largest country in the world, right?
Yeah.
Which means that she's from a place so big that it can fit all of Western Europe inside it. Fun fact I didn't know. Cool. So please welcome Damilya, a KAUST statistics researcher, who's here to show you that math is not just about numbers, it's magic.
What a beautiful introduction. Thank you for
You're welcome.
thank you for having me here. I'm very glad that we have this initiative and Type is actually doing the podcast and the video version.
Thank you.
The science and the minds behind it should be shared and
Yeah.
should be discussed more, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot of misconception about science and especially like PhD.
Yeah.
It's like we are nerds who...
Which is not necessarily
hiding in the back.
true, actually.
Exactly.
And we're here to demystify that part. At least I'm partially here for that.
You're doing fine. Okay. So anything you want to add to the introduction? Or?
No, so let me clarify. I'm a PhD candidate now in statistics in my third year of PhD. I also did master's at KAUST. So initially, my bachelor is in mathematics, in applied math. So I have gradually shifted from math to statistics and applied statistics more specifically.
Okay.
But yeah, my main expertise, let's say, is spatial stat, but I think we'll cover that a bit later.
Cool.
That's it.
All right, awesome. So let's start off with the first question. What's one misconception that people have about your field of study?
Okay, that a lot of people confuse stats with math. It's not a misconception, it's just like how people perceive it. Oh, you do math, right?
Yeah.
But math is a larger umbrella, and statistics is like a subpart of it, subdomain, or rather, let's say, a separate research domain. Nowadays, it became on its own.
Okay.
That's why we have a separate statistics program, which is not part of the AMCS program, which is applied math. Okay, so we are a separate department.
Okay.
Another probably common thing is, yeah, statistics or like math in general is only for the nerds, or they only do the theory and there is no application. It's not really useful field to study. That's what people assume.
Yeah.
But we can talk about the research that I do is very applied and interdisciplinary. So that's not always the case. It's just not numbers. They have a story.
It's magic.
It's a magic. Hopefully.
Cool. Okay. Awesome. So how do you balance research and personal life and hobbies? How do you balance having a life and achieving your PhD?
I don't, like recently I heard like one concept, which is not having the work-life balance, because it's never a balance per se, because it's like hard to balance and everyone knows it. It's rather like work-life harmony. So you basically try to, you can never have an equal. It's like either 90% work and like 10% life, or like hobbies and everything. So it's always a harmony, trying to, be on this wheel of trying
all
to
mixing.
harmonize. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's never like one or the other, because it's more like of a grayscale to see the world. Like you don't want to either work or this. But
yeah, that's a good way to say it. It's like you don't have to just turn off work mode, turn on fun mode, because you might get inspired from just doing fun or doing activities.
Exactly. You never know what type of ideas
they will
come up.
My best ideas came to me while walking, while playing soccer, while just doing random activities.
Same for me. It's like, oh, you do like a morning gym, and then you're like, oh, I can actually do this and try this simulation today. Just very specific for me, but but generally there are some traditional tips. on the effective working and so on. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are aware of that, like 2080, like rule, Pareto rule, and so on. There are many concepts that you can apply, and as a PhD like student, it's a bit harder because these are the specific years that you are trying to focus on your research and like personal development as an expert. So definitely more focus is going on research rather like a personal hobby development, but never neglect the other part, but because PhD eventually gonna graduate and the things that you have left over is still the hobby that you have to
The
continue.
stories, the hobbies. Again, you're not your
The
PhD.
people.
Yeah.
So yeah, make sure that you still go, to networking events and like gatherings and so on.
Really important.
Really important. This is like the biggest part of the PhD. So you get to know more people outside of the academic environment.
I remember like when I told my parents about PhD, I told them, no, it's only like I'm gonna be buried in books. My dad is like, no, it's a career. You build your network. It's much more complicated than that. It's not just you reading books.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even though it's a big part, but not the only part.
Not the only part, yeah. Cool. Okay. What's a guilty pleasure you indulge in after a very long day of research?
There are a couple of things.
Only honest questions here.
Only honest questions.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I can say something, but I don't know. I mean, Korean dramas. I watch a lot of Korean shows, TV shows,
Oh, like
entertainment
K-pop?
shows. I'm not into K-pop per se, like Korean songs, or I'm into the entertainment shows.
The soap operas and the shows?
Yes. So like Running Man is my favorite show. I've been watching consistently for the past like, I don't know, 8 years or so. So it has been,
Okay.
it's just like, has been with me in this journey of academia. It started back in my bachelor's and I'm still on it. I mean, it still goes. So is it a pleasure, a guilty pleasure? Maybe, because like, even though I have a lot of work to do, and I'm like, okay, today's Monday, I have to watch a translated episode. This, I mean, it comes on Sunday, so.
It motivates you to work.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
It's like, can't wait to watch the episode.
Yeah.
Better work good so I can watch it, guilt-free.
Exactly. But it's just like a distraction from whatever problem, research problem you're trying to solve, or like.
Yeah, take your mind off things.
Yeah.
Just watch drama.
Trying to relax. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Korean dramas, some from time to time, if there are some good ones, but.
There are really good ones, like Squid Game is one of them.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that's the only one.
Season, I just finished watching it.
The second season is.
December.
No.
I don't know, it just, it wasn't.
They didn't do it.
It wasn't as satisfying as the first one, but.
Yeah.
We can leave it up to comments to discuss Squid Game.
Yeah, we won't go back. Yeah, we won't go after Squid Game too hard, but yeah. Cool. Okay. What's your favorite productivity hack?
Productivity hack?
I know it's mine, but let's hear yours.
Okay. I like. Okay, there are different. Depends why you want to be productive. Okay, that's like. A lot of people think doing more work is being productive, which is not necessarily true for me. So productive, let's say productivity hack. I'm really into biohacking, which means
what is that?
Which means this is like a new
biohacking.
Biohacking, which means to tune the human parameters and the health parameters to optimize for the ultimate efficiency and productivity.
So your body.
Exactly.
Right.
The body, the mind, and everything. The thing that I'm trying to do, which hasn't been really working, is meditation, though I've been coming and going. But the thing that has really worked for me is like trying to do the non-sleep deep rest protocol by Andrew Huberman.
Oh, Andrew Huberman.
I'm fan of that podcast. This professor is like, he's a Stanford professor. He does also an excellent scientific podcast. You can also check it out.
Yeah. Shout out to Andrew Huberman. Thank you for all the content. It's
Thank
really
you for
nice.
all the content. It's like an amazing content.
Yeah.
So he has this non-sleep deep rest protocol that I try to do during reset times after lunch. So you just close, you just sit in the office, 10, like it's not even 10 minutes, like 8 minutes. You just hear what he says and follow. And it really resets, like, and you're fresh to
It's
go.
hypnotizing, or like
It's not hypnotizing.
it
It's
sets
like,
it sets at a certain frequency, maybe, or
not really. It's like there are different type of yoga meditations. Yoga nidra is similar to that, which is like a branch of yoga, or like mindfulness, when you try to see yourself from a side, so that you don't really have to meditate and say, and then try not to think about anything, which is really hard to do.
Okay.
Unless you practice. But following this type of protocol is easy, because they say, imagine you are sitting and you are feeling the toes, or like what are your shoes are touching. Okay, imagine what are you feeling with your legs touching now.
Okay.
And you focus on the senses.
You tap into your senses.
Exactly. And that brings your mind to calm down, because the problem with the productivity is, like, for me personally, there are many different reasons people have some issues, but for me is that I have so many thoughts after reading so many articles and being exposed to so many different people here. Like, I have very exciting thoughts and a lot of things that I want to try now, but like I cannot start focusing on one thing at a time. So this thing brings me back on focus.
It grounds
on
you.
thing. Exactly.
To focus on one thing, because the volume is so huge these days. Okay. Nice.
That was way too deep. I'm not sure if you expected this
No,
answer.
no, that's good. That's great. Yeah, I remember a technique from Andrew where he was saying that just pull your eyeballs all the way to the top, and then just like stay there for a couple of seconds. It's really comforting.
Maybe,
Yeah, really interesting.
There are different protocols nowadays. But this one at least is scientifically proven, so you can try it.
Yeah. Everything he has is almost everything he has is scientifically proven. He doesn't, talk.
Exactly. Everything is
Which is-
supported with some sort of evidence
Yeah,
at some point. Yeah.
cool, nice. All right, so the second question is gonna be engaging to the audience. So, if people want to learn more about your field, what's a good starting point?
Okay. Statistics.
Don't go to the horse race, right?
No. I mean, we do simple. Like, they say, the temperature tomorrow is gonna be this, or like, I mean, there are some basic summary statistics. You have to learn the basic, like what is an average, right?
Median.
A median, and what is a variance. And everyone has to know about the normal distribution. Like, the minimum basics is that, because that already helps you to understand a lot of news, and try to identify which ones are trying to,
Right. The normal distribution is everywhere, right?
Exactly. That's why I like the normal distribution, and that's why I propose everyone to look at the normal distribution. You will see it's a bell-shaped, and I feel like it's a curve of life. That's what I like to call it.
The curve of life. Oh,
yeah, because it's
nice.
like you're young and you're just trying to learn, and then there is a peak at some point of your performance, both with your mind and physically. Then you start to degrade.
Right.
I mean, this is like the law of life, and there are a lot of things in this world follow normal distribution. That's why it has been really, really popular, the Gaussian process and everything. That's why I particularly like it, because maybe I'm biased because I deal a lot with Gaussian processes. But I really think this is like the basics. Where you can find it is there are many YouTube videos about it. They do different experiments, and you'll see eventually you end up with the bell curved distribution.
Yeah, you can teach yourself everything these days.
For sure. I mean, with
whether you you didn't like this book, you can find hundreds of books. You didn't like this lecturer, you can find like.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't like books, watch video. If you don't like video, ask ChatGPT to explain you. I mean, that's.
Yeah, everyone has his own mode of learning, right?
Yeah.
Like, some people.
Visuals or
visual,
audio.
or some people like to read.
Yes.
So find your way or your mode, and then just go in that and just capitalize on that. Just don't stop. Yeah.
For sure. I mean, trying out and finding what is the best mode for you is the key.
Is the key.
Is the key.
Yeah.
So you can actually be more productive again.
Mm-hmm.
But traditional system of education has been always pushing to try to read mostly, because this is the most basic and
Okay.
accessible way that we had from according to history. But now there is so much video content and audio content, and because AI is here, you can adapt and convert the books to podcasts, for example.
Yeah.
You have seen this feature that like there are so many new things. You can try to create an audio image, or like either audio or image from whatever text content nowadays.
Yeah. I literally made the poster of my podcast using AI.
Yeah.
So I gave
I
it
can tell it's Dali.
yeah, I gave it some description, and then
Looks
it
good.
spat out a nice.
Very nice.
Yeah. I mean, it took it the second try, but it's good.
That's nice.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so if you had, this is a more personal question. If you had to teach a class on something you know too much about, but it's not academic, what would you teach?
Biohacking still.
Biohacking?
Yeah.
But you haven't nailed down meditation. How come you're going to teach it?
Because biohacking is not only about the meditation. It's like I like this concept of it's not digital human. It's like a human concept of health where you have everything recorded, like all the blood tests are there.
Oh, you track yourself. Okay.
To optimize the health, like you have to be really conscious about the health yourself, because this is the thing that you can control. So if I would give a class, probably I would start with the basics of
Biohacking.
I'm not a medical student, or I'm not a doctor. I'm in philosophy maybe soon, but generally I think having an optimal health parameters is like very important, because your health is like your most priority of value that you can have.
You're setting yourself up on the right foot.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we have a saying in Arabic that healthy mind or healthy body, healthy mind.
I agree with that.
So your body is your weapon.
For sure.
If you don't treat it well, if you don't sleep well, you're not going to perform.
No.
Yeah.
So optimal nutrition, optimal sleep, vitamins or supplements is everything that I could have taught in this type of class. I really like this idea, so I always check on my friends. I'm like, are you eating well? Is your vitamin D okay? Are you iron deficient or something like that? I mean, like, those are the basics, but somehow even PhD students don't really track their health. They should.
Yeah, I need to check on my vitamin D.
Check. I mean, like, it is as shocking that we're in Saudi Arabia, where like we have how many 300 plus sunny days per year, at least in KAUST, and yet a lot of people are vitamin D deficient, and they're not aware of that. They think that if we're gonna go up in the sun, like,
yeah, it's very common.
Depends.
It's very common within the Gulf countries to have low vitamin D levels, by the way.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay. So watch out for a biohacking podcast from Damilya, or what are you gonna do?
Let's see. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna motivate you.
On the biohacking.
I'm gonna be the first one sitting like in the first row.
No, because like I find myself more often sharing different health tips on how to try to create a habit, or like track yourself, or go visit a doctor, or like those type of things. Like try to take adaptogens if you find like your focus is really degrading. Some natural remedies that can help you boost the mood and productivity and everything, because those are some small actions that you can do. Not necessarily that you have to do it. I'm not agitating for that, but if you want to try, I mean, there are plenty of scientifically proven methods to do it.
Okay, and where do you share, like do you share this information on your page, on your Instagram page?
Not yet, because I have, for now, it's just between friends and conversations. If they ask me, because you see, I'm not a doctor, I'm not qualified to. I do it by example. Let's say I lead by example. Yeah.
So like, you are when people see you very focused in the office, be like, What are you doing? How do you do this?
I sometimes get this question.
Yeah?
Sometimes I get this question, or like, oh my God,
Everybody's a
you
zombie,
do.
and like you're like focused.
I mean, maybe that, or like, oh, Damilya, why you do so many things, or like, this is like more of how can you push everything, or why you do so many things in terms of social activities, like, and everything. Sometimes I do get asked this question, and I do say, oh, because maybe I take this, or I do this.
Okay, great. So if people have any questions about biohacking, they can visit you.
Sure.
Building 1?
Building 1, level 4,
Yeah?
seaside.
Okay. Building 1. Which level?
Level 4,
Level 4.
seaside.
Seaside. Okay.
Always welcome.
Okay.
I mean, if you have statistical question also, let me know. We're soon gonna do a consulting statistical day.
Oh,
I'm trying
what
to
is that?
initiate that. For this semester, for this year, I became the president of the student chapter, which is like
Okay.
American Statistical Association, and we're trying to organize the statistical consulting event so that a lot of students who are struggling with statistical analysis in their research gonna have an opportunity to discuss with experts more or less.
Okay.
It's gonna be in March, Pi Day. Pi
Okay.
Day, which is 3/14, right?
3/14.
So
Okay.
it's 14th March, hopefully.
Just 1 month away from Valentine's. It's for the lonely people. Okay.
Let's see.
Great. Moving on. What's a terrible habit that you have but you refuse to change?
Drinking coffee, probably.
I'm guilty as well. Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad habit. But for me, personally, I know that the coffee is not really good as for many other people, because there's like, I haven't done a DNA test. There are different things that you can check. There are different tests that you can check.
If coffee is bad for you.
If coffee is bad for you, or if it's good for you,
Okay.
or if you can digest or cope with that. For me, it's not that good, but I still keep drinking 2 cups a day. That's not the best part.
Yeah, I cannot get away
But I
with...
allow myself to do that. I'm okay with that now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, without coffee, I cannot operate sometimes. I need that stimulant. And it's just a vibe. Like, I like to sit down. It's like a ritual.
Do you think it's
coffee.
because it's like in Saudi culture now?
No. I mean, you know, the coffee that I'm talking about is not the Saudi coffee. I'm talking about
Yeah,
like
but like back in general, like I found I've been living 4 years in Saudi, and I found that like because there are not many social interactive places. I mean, there are like restaurants and so on, but like there are so many coffee shops, like or like on the roads, on the highways, there are so many coffee places, different, very fancy, very not fancy.
All the levels, yeah.
I mean, and people go there go there to gather, and of course, naturally, they would tend to order some coffee.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the prevalence of coffee shops in Saudi. It's a vibe. It's a thing.
It's a vibe.
It's deep in the culture. Yeah.
It's so deep.
Yeah.
Like, if anyone is just watching outside of KAUST or outside of Saudi, just know, be prepared. If you're not drinking coffee, you'll start drinking coffee soon.
Yes, be prepared. Give yourself micro doses. Start with micro doses, and then.
But yeah.
Okay.
It's inevitable here.
So you refuse to change it, خلاص.
I refuse to. I accepted that.
Okay.
Yeah, because why I had accepted that, because before coming to KAUST or Saudi Arabia, in Kazakhstan, we have a saying that tea runs in our blood. Like, that much tea we drink per day, like 3, 4, 5 cups of tea. But it's like milk tea or black tea and so on. But it's not as caffeinated as coffee. So I was drinking tea prior coming to KAUST, and now I'm I don't drink tea at all nowadays, fully switched to coffee.
Who influenced you? Like, who, do you know, like it happened organically or just because
it happened organically? I think it's because, again, there are many coffee shops on our campus, okay? So when I get out or come to office, I was like, what I should do? Probably drink coffee to start the day. It just happened naturally here.
Right, but at least they're good.
They're
Some
good.
places
They're
are really
good.
good, but you're gonna waste a lot of money. I started saving money by
Doing coffee
doing
yourself.
coffee on
Me
my
too.
own.
Because I counted how much it costed me per year. That was too much.
Yeah, just the basic statistics analysis, or not even statistics. Come on.
You just multiply the numbers, you get it.
Yeah,
That's too much consumption.
yeah. Okay. It's the same here. I'm guilty of the same thing. So, and I refuse to change it.
Yeah, we just accept it now.
Yeah, just accept.
It's part of life.
Yeah. Okay. So, last question.
Sure.
It's a bit of a specific question, but what is your go-to karaoke song?
I haven't been in karaoke for long, but if we're saying the shower karaoke, it's fine. Maybe Rihanna Diamond.
Rihanna Diamond. Okay.
The Shine Bright Like a Diamond.
Oh, Shine Bright Like a Diamond.
Yeah.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Exactly. It has pretty high vocals, but I'm not a singer. That's fine. No one hears me in the shower.
Yeah, karaoke. Yes.
Yeah.
We are all our own stars in the shower. Like.
That's so motivational.
Yeah.
It
It's
sounds
like
so motivational.
if you were to film my conditioner and my shampoo, they'll be all vibing because of. Yeah. Okay, Shine Bright Like a Diamond.
Yeah, I mean, like Rihanna.
You never sang it?
Go-to.
You never sang it in the office?
In the office, no.
In your head. In your head.
No, I think I did sing it in karaoke a couple times with friends, but like in office, if you ever seen Building 1 Level 4, it's pretty quiet there. It's like super quiet, which is good. We're not against it. We support that, so I don't try to disturb anyone because it's open office.
Okay. Yeah. Shine Bright Like a Diamond.
Now, what is yours? Are you singing also?
Karaoke. I like Arabic songs.
Which ones?
So it's very classic. How could you say it? So some from Fairuz.
Oh, I know Fairuz.
Yes.
I mean, he's pretty popular.
Yeah, so I'll be rocking some of these songs in the morning and just getting in the zone.
That's nice.
Yeah, I read in a book that a lot of creative things can happen with people if you tap into something called creative imagination.
Creative state of mind, yes.
Yeah. So
the flow, no?
Yeah, you just go in the flow, and then ideas just start popping.
Yeah, I think it's somehow related to the book flow, no? The flow, or it's something different.
No, I'm not sure where I read it.
Okay.
But maybe it was a quote. But yeah, it's like that's my ritual. So I sit down and silence, and then yeah.
You see, you also created a habit. So Type starts with a song and prepares his mind, and because he keeps doing that every day, he has created an association that if the song is there, then he's gonna work and create some nice ideas.
Yes,
and this is a habit.
Absolutely.
And this is definitely how you can put yourself in the state. Like that's why a coffee is a big part of our life now that I have already trained myself. Like I start my day with a coffee, and then I go to office and I start and open laptop and start coding, and I know for sure that I'll be coding after that. Like it's like a habit,
gonna happen
a ritual.
Automatically.
It's ritual because where 90% of the day is always automatic. It's based on habits, and the state of mind is really also following this automatic habits. You're not really controlling the mind. So
it's crazy how much our subconscious controls our life.
100%.
The subconscious, the internal dialogue you have with yourself, because you spend the most time with yourself.
Yeah, I mean, indeed.
So you better have that dialogue in a good way, in an encouraging way.
Yeah.
And push all the negative thoughts away.
And build the good rituals that bring to the good results. So like,
yes.
If you want to have a positive mind, you start with a positive song, and then you have a positive work output. That this is like the chain of thought that you are training yourself as large language model. You have a trigger, and then you have an output that is also positive. You keep repeating that a million times per year, you have a perfect result.
Yeah,
Perfectly
it's like
trained model.
exactly like we have internal battle within our mind.
Yeah.
You know, insecurities, negativity, bad news.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a victory within, you're not gonna conquer the real world. You're not gonna go out there and
You need a
solve problems.
positive thinking.
Yeah.
Like I've been listening to this book by Joe Dispenza, who is really like a mind trainer. He believes, I mean, it is somehow true that you try to see the positive things and try to tune into the positive vibes, and eventually you end up there.
Right.
So if
Like
you can't think about it, you cannot end up there.
you force yourself into that zone,
Exactly.
and then you're stuck in there. Once you see how it is, and once you like it, be like, what the hell have I been doing? Like, it should be.
Yeah, I mean, just try to be positive, even if the research is not going on. I mean, see some nice thing in it. It's hard, but doable.
Great.
Trainable.
Cool. All right. It was really nice to have you as a guest.
Thank you so much for having me here. I really wish you all the best with the podcast.
Thank you.
And I hope there will be a lot of views on YouTube and everywhere, and that a lot of more interesting science questions will be also discussed in the future, so we can also expand the topics here.
Great. Yeah. Thank you very much, Damilya.
Thank
It was
you
a
for
pleasure.
having me. Yeah.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure too.
Bye bye, guys.